Hi there. Thank you very much for joining us on Viewer Television's Talk Politics. 2023 is just by the corner. The conversation is heating up. The atmosphere is heating up. Everything is getting intense. In the build-up to the presidential elections, the most important political seat in Nigeria. Who is your candidate and why? We're going to be talking politics today, and in the studio with me is Suleiman Kitab, the technical advisor and co-convener of Sibombo Entertainment International Group. He would be discussing with us who he thinks the right person is for the job, whether it should be north or south, and a couple of other issues. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back after the break to have a conversation with Suleiman Kitab. Stay with us. The most important political office in the country, Nigeria, is up for grabs. Who will it be? 2023 presidential elections, PDP or APC? Who's the best candidate? Who's the man for the job and why? With us in the studio is Suleiman Kitab to give us insights into who he feels is the right candidate and which way Nigeria should be moving. Welcome to Talk Politics, Suleiman.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Suleiman, as far as we're aware, you are the technical advisor and co-convener of Sibombo International Entertainment Group. Good. Can you tell us more about what you do with Sibombo and any other thing you think we should be aware of?
Of course, I am Kitab, Suleiman Kitab, and I happen to be the technical advisor and co-convener of Sibombo International Entertainment Group. My group have performed in many African countries and all states in Nigeria. But beside, I am the president of the reliable youth in politics movement. And I am also, or let me say above all, I am the president of No-Pay Gospel Singers in Nigeria.
Okay.
So that is what I am.
That's an impressive profile.
Thank you.
Impressive profile. President, Reliable Youth Group. Youth in politics.
Yes.
Reliable
Youth in politics movement.
Oh,
yes.
okay. And then also president of
No-Pay
Gospel Singers. Wow, that's interesting. That's a huge profile. So Suleiman, first of all, let me start with this. There's a battle for the zoning of the presidency across parties.
Yes.
Some groups are saying it's the turn of the southern part of Nigeria. Other groups are saying no, power should remain in the north. What's your take?
As of the issue of zoning, PDP is looking for power. It is open to every aspirant and win the primaries, either from the north or south.
Okay, whoever has the political might to win.
So there's no need of zoning in PDP.
Yeah, I heard you mention PDP. I'm talking about it holistically, generally. How about parties like APC and other parties? Or
no, that of APC is less. It is important for APC to zone their ticket because already it is Northern that is ruling now.
Oh, okay.
It is the North ruling.
Okay, since APC currently have the president,
yes,
and the president who is in APC is from the North,
yes,
then they should zone it to the South.
To the
That's
south.
what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, but for PDP, it doesn't matter.
It is not necessary for PDP to zone their ticket.
Okay. But now, in a Nigerian context, don't you think that whoever will rule, regardless of whether he's coming from APC or PDP, the Nigerians would want that balance? Don't you think so?
Which type of balance?
In terms of power rotation, it could move from northeast to northwest, to south, whatever. It doesn't matter.
That one you are talking about is the issue of Nigerians. But this is
it's a party issue, and you are a party man.
Yes.
And so you are speaking as a party man.
That doesn't.
No problem. Let's move forward. So, who is your preferred candidate, and why?
My preferred candidate is His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Wazir and Adamawa, the Nigerian former Vice President. And why is because Atiku, in fact, Atiku is not a desperate politician, as evidently shown in his track record. And also, Atiku is largely a testament of political predestined life guided and nurtured by God. He is a man of candor and humility.
Candor and humility. Interesting. Go ahead, I'm listening.
So, I can say, this is what I can say now about
Atiku. Okay. Why do you think he's not a desperate politician?
Little did Nigerians know that Atiku Abubakar willingly stepped down for MKO Abiola in 1993 presidential election.
Atiku was a contestant in the election?
Yes, of course. Similarly, Atiku lost APC primaries in 2014 and still stood behind the party like a rock of Gibraltar.
The rock of what?
Gibraltar.
Gibraltar. Okay.
He also lost presidential election in 2019 and still did not resort to violence. Rather, he went to the court to seek redress.
Yeah, but was Atiku, sorry, let me take you back on something. Was Atiku a candidate in the APC election?
APC PDP? Election, primaries.
Primaries.
In 2014.
2014.
Atiku
a
was
candidate
an
in
aspirant.
the APC. Okay, APC.
Yes, APC.
Okay.
In 2014, Atiku was an aspirant then. He also lost presidential election in 2019 and still did not resort to violence. Rather, he went to the court to seek redress. Not any desperate politician can keep a peaceful record like this.
So you feel that he's not desperate?
Atiku is not desperate.
Okay. Now, with power shifting, with there's the southern governors.
Yes.
You're saying that, look, it's time for the South to take over leadership, and Atiku happens to be from the North.
Yes.
Now, let's think outside of PDP, APC, outside of political parties. In terms of the South, saying, look, the power has been in the North for 8 years, so let the power come to the South. Do you think, what do you think Atiku's position is in terms of power rotation, and do you feel that it is right that the power remains in the North?
You see, this issue is not about power remaining in the North, but the situation of the country. The situation of the country matters much than whatever power is rotating or not. Because I think not only you, people will agree with me that the most dangerous threat to our collective march towards nationhood is the increasing disunity among the constituent ethnic and religious divides that make up Nigeria. Agitations have become bloody, contributing significantly to erosion of economic growth. Confidence in the unity of Nigeria has fallen to an all-time low, thereby hitting the polity. The answer to all this quagmire is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. So the issue of rotating power or APC or that one...
Interesting. So the answer to Nigeria's problem is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. So it doesn't matter whether the power shifts to the north or it remains in the north or it shifts to the south. What's most important is that we have issues and Atiku Abubakar is the person to... And you don't... Okay, well, you don't think that there's a way to balance it and find credible people in the south as well? I'm just asking, just a question. And find credible people in the south as well? Or do, you feel that amongst the contestants right now, there's no one from the south that can match his profile?
No.
None.
I've told you that there will be more than Atiku in the south. But the case is, PDP Atiku is with the party PDP, and the PDP decision does not zone this ticket. Let me say necessarily that that under most it may be either north or south.
Yeah, but after winning elections, he's not going to be canvassing for votes from PDP supporters alone. He's going to canvass for votes from all Nigerians who don't really care whether you're from PDP or you're from APC. They want to vote you to be their president. You're not going to be a PDP president. You're not going to be an APC president. You're not going to be an APGA president.
Actually, but remember that party produce president.
True.
So party must decide before the
other one.
Yes, whatever you're talking, party must decide.
No problem. The conversation continues. We will return, and after the break, we keep talking about who the right candidate is for the 2023 presidential election. The most important political office in Nigeria is up for grabs. Who will it be? Suleiman Kitab remains with us in Viewer TV. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We have 10 minutes more, Abi. Okay. We've done like 10 minutes. 15 minutes more. Okay.
But that time will waste. When you edit it.
Conversation continues. Who will be the president of Nigeria come 2023 and why? Suleiman Kitab remains with us in the studio, Viewer Television. Suleiman, before the break, you were telling us that Atiku is the man to solve the problem in Nigeria.
Actually.
Let's talk about primaries in the PDP. He's contesting as a candidate in the PDP, has declared his intention. Do you think that the PDP will anoint Atiku as their flag bearer?
By the special grace of God. By the way, that issue is for the party PDP. But PDP is a party with an excellent structure. PDP is breeder of leadership par excellence. So they can sort their differences out amicably within themselves. So Atiku will.
Why do you think Atiku will emerge? There are other contestants as well. What makes you think he will emerge?
Among all we know to be interested in running for presidency, and indeed, those that have already occupied the office, Atiku Abubakar is the only genuinely honest candidate to steer the ship for Nigeria to work again. Okay,
good. I like the fact that you think that way. But is that what is going to make? Do they know that?
Record has also shown that none of those angling to become president of Nigeria has Atiku's job creation and economic management credentials, an attribute critically necessary by any non-aspired to that office, especially in the light of our sorry past state.
Who do you think is the biggest competitor to Atiku in terms of the fight for the ticket in PDP?
Is he in PDP or?
Yes, in PDP. Who do you think is the biggest competitor to him in clinching that ticket?
Maybe Saraki.
Saraki?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe Saraki or Tambuwal.
Tambuwal.
Yes.
Okay.
Those are the people I think.
You don't feel Peter Obi stands a chance?
Is it Wike?
No, Peter Obi.
Peter
or
Obi,
Wike,
no.
yeah.
I also think of Wike.
Okay. But you think the strongest,
It's the strongest
contender is
yes, should be
Saraki?
Saraki, Tambuwal, or that Wike.
Hmm.
But nobody is.
Nobody. So you are very confident that Atiku...
And by the way, Atiku will win primaries.
Suleiman, you're very confident that Atiku will win the primaries.
Atiku will win the primaries.
Were you in any meeting where the PDP sat down and told you that
the
they're
thing
going
is,
to?
they are
Where do you get your confidence from? What makes you so confident?
From the Atiku himself.
Yes. Atiku himself is...
Atiku has done a lot to APC and PDP. In fact, to Nigeria at large. So Atiku deserved the ticket to become the next president.
Deserving the ticket?
Yes.
And winning the ticket are two different things. You say he deserves the ticket.
He deserved the ticket.
Yes. But now, whether he is going to win the ticket based on the current... first of all, is PDP planning, to the best of your knowledge, is PDP planning to zone that ticket, or it's a free-for-all contest? Is there a plan to zone it?
PDP does not have plan to zone it.
So PDP is not going to do any zoning arrangement. And remember, they are the ones who started the whole zoning thing. Generally.
Are they in the power now?
No, they're not. Yeah. Well, they're in power, but not presidential.
The plan may still break, and then we arrange for another plan again. And that's why I told you, Atiku must
win the primaries
by the special grace of God.
Okay, what do you think Atiku will do differently from what we're currently experiencing in Nigeria as a president? Let me take you on a couple of issues. When His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari was campaigning, he used a lot of the setbacks that were at the time happening in Goodluck's administration, including lack of electricity, poor roads, corruption, which was a major thing. And several years into his presidency and in the build-up to the end of his tenure, which will happen next year, lots of Nigerians are still complaining that we haven't made much progress. And the manifesto was large and very detailed and very promising. How are we sure that what Atiku is promising will actually come to pass? That this time around it's not going to be the typical promises that we get from politicians. We are actually going to get real results. How are we sure?
You see, let me give you one point that will make you, or let me say that will satisfy you with the question you ask. Atiku has the best track record of foresightedness, of being a good Democrat, having proven great economic management skill, honesty, courage, and acceptability to the religious and ethnic divides that make up Nigeria. Atiku possesses critical leadership virtues in the largest measure. Atiku's economic management dexterity has seen him founding and sitting atop some of the most successfully managed companies in Nigeria and overseas.
Including examples?
Agriculture.
No, companies, you mentioned companies.
Yes,
yeah.
which cut across several sectors, including agriculture, education, hospitality, media, oil and gas, maritime, and beverages, among others. My conviction is that if by any standard Atiku Abubakar disappoints Nigerians, it is actually not Nigerians will be disappointed, but Atiku himself. Wallahi. And I don't see that happening.
You seem very confident of Atiku.
Yes.
Have you met the man in person, or have you worked with him in person in any capacity before? Where do you draw your confidence from? What makes you so sure that Atiku will be different?
I draw my confidence from Atiku's effort. Atiku has been struggling to become the president for many years. So, and a man with that capacity, because that's why Atiku single-handedly, if I could remember, picked Aliko Dangote and convinced him to contest for presidency in 2019. Wallahi.
Okay.
Prior to the political enmity triggered by selfish politicians who maneuvered their ways to stop him. So if this man concluded that he is the final solution to the country.
So Atiku contacted Aliko Dangote?
Yes, of course, during 2019.
And asked him to contest?
Yes.
But Dangote declined?
Yes, it declined. So...
Do you have any idea why Dangote refused to contest?
I don't know.
Okay.
So Atiku, and that's why I tell you, my confidence is from the effort of Atiku himself to become the president. So if Atiku, no one, I have one word saying that don't hate Atiku for minor reasons, because no one is perfect. But choose Atiku for one emphatic reason, which is let Nigeria work in again.
Let's let Nigeria work
Let Nigeria work in again.
And Atiku is the man that will make Nigeria
work again.
Atiku was vice president under President Olusegun Obasanjo, former president of Nigeria. For 8 years, he was the vice president. Some Nigerians would argue that, well, they want to know what he did while serving as vice president, in terms of track record, that qualifies him to be the man for the job. Because we still seem to be in a situation where electricity is a problem, infrastructure is a problem, roads are a problem. I'm saying Nigeria from 1999 till now, including when Goodluck took over, Buhari took over, and all of that. Some things have changed, but a lot remains unaddressed. In Atiku's time as the vice president under President Olusegun Obasanjo, what do you think he did that positions him as the right candidate this time, in terms of track record, while serving as the second most important citizen in Nigeria as vice president? So let's assume that Atiku wins the PDP primaries and Atiku moves forward to become the president of Nigeria come 2023. What do you think he would do differently? How will he change the state of the nation?
Atiku will actually change the state of the nation. You see, the issue of insecurity, bad roads, unemployment, and electricity. Atiku will sort all these problems at once. Atiku have many experience in government. So all these problems that Nigeria is facing can never be problem to Atiku's government.
Because of his experience as
his experience.
His time serving as the vice president.
Yes, of course.
Okay, no problem. We're going to be getting different perspectives from other people as well, and maybe we would invite you on the show again one day when we have someone from the other party, and then you guys can have an engagement. Meanwhile, before we round off, you have 1 minute to tell Nigerians your final thoughts. In 1 minute, let us know if there's anything important that we should have at the back of our minds in the build-up to the 2023 presidential elections.
Anyway, Nigeria is in dire need of a leader in the mold of Atiku Abubakar. A leader who is foresighted enough to read the future, fear and courageous enough to do the needful, and a leader who is at the same time compassionate and acceptable across the length and breadth of Nigeria's ethnic and religious divides. And remember, don't hate Atiku for minor reasons, but choose Atiku for one emphatic reason, which is let us let Nigerian working again. Because the Nigerian politics and governance is not working again.
Don't hate Atiku for minor reasons. Choose Atiku for certain reasons. Suleiman Kitab 2022 April. Thank you very much for being with us on Viewer Television's Talk Politics. We hope to have you here again to continue the conversation. Please, for more details on this conversation, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, on all social media platforms. Our handles are flowing on the screen below. Keep a date with us, same time, same place, next week. Let's keep talking. Bye-bye.